Hello, beautiful people, and thank you so much for tuning in to this week's installment of 7 Minute Sermons. We're not going to waste any more time with the introduction. Let's go ahead and get rolling. So on today, our message is going to be coming out of Genesis chapter 1, verses 27 through 28, and this is what it says. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground." And so the title that I want to give this message is Oops, I Forgot. Yes, oops, I forgot. And so the reason why that title fits is because in this body of scripture, what God has given us in the creation process is the first three commandments as being human beings, right? As being man, right? And so the reason why I said the title is Oops, I Forgot is because if we look at our lives, if we look at our desires, if we look at our intentionality, if we look at our focus, if we look at all the things that we're being intentionally focused about and being aggressive towards and in pursuit of, what we'll often come to realize is that what we're going after or what we're in attempts or in pursuit of accomplishing isn't even in alignment with what God commanded us to do at the beginning of time. Our perspective is off, our intentions are off, and our desires are off, but it's because we've allowed ourselves to be influenced so much by the world that it calls us to forget the primary purposes of us being here. So the whole purpose of this message is to remind you of what those three commandments are so that when you get to heaven, you get to the pearly gates and you have your conversation with God or even in your personal prayer time while you're here, you don't have to say, "Oops, I forgot," right? Because you know. And not only do you know, but you're actually aligning your actions with what you know. So let's go ahead and get into it. So in these verses, the first commandment that we're actually given is to be fruitful and multiply. Once again, to be fruitful and multiply. And so when we talk about being fruitful and multiplying, yes, 100%, that means to produce offspring, right? We got to understand that this is the beginning, right? And God had created Adam. Now, side note real quick, when we talk about Adam, right, initially our primary mindset is, okay, this is a man. But in the Hebrew, the word Adam actually means man. And if you dig a little deeper, what you'll realize is that when it says man, it's not just talking about male, right? It's talking about male and female, right? So the name Adam means man, and man means male and female, which is why, right, logically, God was able to pull Eve out of Adam, because when Adam was created as man, he already was male and female, right? And so, yes, being fruitful and multiplying has to do with populating the earth, right? Creating offspring. But along with it, these are a couple of other words or descriptions or definitions of the term fruitful. And it says this: to be fruitful means to produce good or helpful results, or to be productive, right? So being fruitful also means to produce good or helpful results and to be productive, right? So not only is being fruitful and multiplying catered to creating offspring, but it's also about you being productive and creating results that are good, right, and beneficial. And so when we think about beneficial results, it's not always looking like what the world says is beneficial. We have to ask ourselves, well, what's the end goal? What's the purpose of me being here, which is the Great Commission, right? And so because the Great Commission is our full and sole purpose of being here, good results, productivity looks like getting results that align or push the world or people or even yourself to fulfilling that Great Commission. So I want you to ask yourself, are the results that I'm getting in life beneficial for me, or is it beneficial and productive to the Great Commission and my full and primary purpose of actually being here, right? So the first commandment we were given is to be fruitful and to multiply, which once again is to produce good or helpful results, being productive, or to produce many offspring, right? Command number 2 is to fill the earth and govern it. Once again, to fill the earth and govern it. And so we know the fill the earth part is related to being fruitful and multiplying as it pertains to producing offspring and bringing more man, more humankind into this world. But then it also says to govern it. And to govern something means to control, influence, or regulate. Once again, it means to control, to influence, or to regulate, right? So not only are we supposed to be productive, not only are we supposed to be creative, but along with everything that we're producing and creating as it pertains to being fruitful and multiplying, We're supposed to be filling this earth and then governing everything on this earth. So we're supposed to be in control of everything on this earth. We're supposed to be influencing everything on the earth. We're supposed to be regulating everything on the earth. And this is the primary problem and one of the mistakes that we've made as Christian, as men and women of God. God put us on this earth to govern it, and we've allowed our government to be filled with people that don't even believe in or align with what he's talking about. We have a president, right? We have a vice president. We have all these people in the White House that claim Christian, claim to be believers, this, that, and the other, but their actions don't align with it, right? And the Bible talks about, hey, they will know you are my people by the love and the fruit that you bear. They're claiming to be Christian. They're trying to quote the Bible, but their fruit is rotten. Their fruit does not say the tree of life. Their fruit does not say God. Their fruit does not say Christian, right? Right. Their fruit says the total opposite. So we've made the mistake of allowing ourselves to fill our government with people that don't even believe in Christianity or align their lives with it. When in the beginning, the second commandment that we were given is to govern, is to reign over, is to influence and to regulate. So the government's job is really our job as Christians. So we have to step up in that area and govern where we are so that we can come together as one and govern over the entire world, because that's what we were commanded to do in the beginning, right? And the third and final command is this: to reign over all of the animals, right? And so to reign is to hold royal office, rule as king or queen, be the best or most important in a domain or area, to prevail or predominate, right? So when we talk about reigning over the animals, right, when we talk about reigning and ruling as royalty, what that means is to prove powerful. Right. As people, we're supposed to come together and show, because this is when we talk about